What's going on, people, and welcome to my match recap and my player ratings for yesterday's game. Sheffield United 1, Manchester United 2. My prediction beforehand was 2-0 to Manchester United, so pretty close. I'm just glad we got the 3 points, but we didn't make it pretty. I didn't think we would. We always have a habit of making these games ugly and don't play particularly well. But the main point is that we've got 3 points from it, which was much needed. Hopefully we can push on and get more results. But yeah, it's not... They're bottom of the table, obviously. It's not promising when you struggle to beat a team like that in the fashion that we did. And they had their chances to win or even draw that game. So even though we got the 3 points, it doesn't instill me with a lot of confidence because of how we played again. But the 3 points is the main thing. Didn't fully agree again with Ten Hag's starting 11. There was probably at least half of the team I would have changed round. But I know we've got Copenhagen coming up in a few days, so I'd say that he's probably going to put a few different faces out for that. Obviously, Casemiro wasn't involved. I expect he'll be back for that game as well. So I can kind of understand why he probably rotated a bit, but I think he went a little bit too much. But we got the 3 points, so I can't complain too much. But it's just, it doesn't feel like we imposed our will on them, really, even though we got the 3 points. So I think against Copenhagen it's going to be a lot tougher. As for the ratings, Anana, I gave him a 6, and he was my man of the match because he made 3 or 4 saves that kept us in the game, and if he hadn't have made them, then they either would have drew that game or won it. And I do think it was one of his better performances so far, which was hugely needed for him as well, because he hasn't settled yet, and he's had some pretty poor games on the most part. So I thought he was good yesterday, and for me he was my man of the match. Lindelof played at left back, obviously out of position, but I thought he did a good enough job. I gave him an average of a 5. Maguire also gave a 5. I didn't think he really got tested or troubled too much. Evans 5. Delo a 5, because I did have him as a 4 because I thought he had a poor game, but he scores the winner. But I don't think that you should be giving people man of the match just because they scored the winning goal, because I thought he had a poor game other than that. But I bumped it up slightly and gave him an average because he did get the winner. But I don't think he was man of the match. Amrabat in the midfield, I thought was industrial and decent enough, but didn't really create. But he kind of held the midfield together. Did a decent enough job. Was busy into the tackles, pretty successful. I gave him an average of a 5 as well. McTominay 5, got another goal in the box, good finish. But similar to Delo, I don't think he had a good game outside of that. But he is in good scoring form at the moment. But outside of the box, I don't think he's good enough. Bruno Fernandes, I thought he started a bit slow, but then bounced back slightly. I think his effort is always there. He wants to win all the time, but his attitude can be questionable at times. But I thought he was okay. 5. Anthony a 4, because I felt like he was just rolling around and diving a bit. There were a few fouls on him, I thought, but I don't think he was effective in the game. Wasteful again in a few moments, but yeah, I wouldn't have started him, and he summed it up again as to why I wouldn't. Rashford, I don't think he should have been starting either, and again, backed it up with his performance. I gave him a 3. Wasn't involved. Body language, the same as it always is, which is not good. It's not involved enough for a name that is, and someone that's supposed to be at a level that people put him on. I don't think he's showing it at all. 3. Højlund 3, but again, he's victim to the service of the players around him. I gave him a 3 because he's just not getting any service. So quiet, yeah. Had a bit of a half chance that was saved, but other than that, just no service at all. And then the subs, we had Varane come on for Evans. I gave him a 5, did a job. I think he will start against Copenhagen. But yeah, okay. Eriksen 3, I don't think he affected the game when he came on. Garnacho 3, I don't think he really affected like he can. Mount, I actually gave an average to because I don't think he did anything wrong when he came on, but didn't get enough time. And Martial a 3 because I don't think he affected the game when he came on either. So I would have gone with Mount in this, as I said in my preview. I would have started Mount, I would have started Varane, and I would have started Garnacho, even though I didn't give him a great rating, but he needs more minutes and starting games ahead of Rashford or Anthony. I don't care which one of them gets dropped, but one of them should be dropped for Garnacho, simple and plain. 3 points in the bag, as I said, but this is the minimum we should be expecting from these games. And on top of that, we should have more convincing performances. So it is a worry for me, but it's the same old United. I'm not surprised by it anymore. And I don't think this Copenhagen game is as straightforward as people are making it out to be. I'll do a prediction for that in a separate video, but Ten Hag, I gave him a 4 because I didn't agree a lot with the starting 11. Probably at least half of the team I would have changed. Not all of his subs worked. Just the way we played and our tactics and everything, like we scraped a win against bottom of the league. And I just wasn't impressed. So I gave Ten Hag a 4. Man of the match, as I said, Nana. But I do think the Copenhagen game will be a test for us. Hopefully we can win it, but not a good start against Bayern Munich. And Copenhagen, it's another team that we should be beating, really, but I can see them causing us problems, and they will be better than Sheffield United, so I wouldn't be surprised if we mess it up. Hopefully we won't. I'll do it in a separate video on my predictions and thoughts for that game, but yeah, we need to play a lot better than we did yesterday if we're hoping to get anything from that game, and just progress in the group as well. So watch out for that dropping soon, guys. I'll catch you guys soon.